The monument to Balzac might be a monument to Balzac jerking off, and there it stands on my roof at all times, invisible to the human eye, but the morning sun casts its shadow on the front lawn, nevertheless, over the tremendous morose hostas that won't die, making the day's first shade that makes my shade garden thrive, head jutting in arrogant ecstasy at its famously offensive angle, out of the green slab of the great dressing gown he wrote in, beneath which, in public privacy, his greater-than-life-size hands mound higher and higher, holding himself erect on the hot black roof 8, 12, 15 hours a day at solstice as the summer sun climbs and Balzac's pressing shadow comes to preside, lengthwise, widthwise, unrelenting and unrelieved, more policy than judgment, in obstructionist, categorical, self-regarding, absolute dismissal of me over the whole house and grounds in which I commit this observation to these words, now. Does this shade disturb you as much as it does me? Or perhaps you are so repulsed by the words house and grounds I used to describe the material world that the forever panting, ekphrastic, erotic, forever self-satisfying shadow monument to Balzac is itself so overshadowed by the house-beautiful guns and ammo, el decor, antisocial, aspirational vocabulary I picked up like the clap as the former lowest-ranking telemarketer of aggressively inspirational lifestyle magazines that the fact of the monument I live under is nothing. My husband, who is downstairs today reading Portnoy's complaint, suggests the shadow has its origin in the chimney. Guests concur, but passing under that abject shape in soulful loops of mindful procrastination, I have witnessed the nuance of its imposition incarnate as gradually as Steichen must have seen it burn into being in his darkroom. Collar, brow, aggrandizing chin, after photographing it at 4 a.m. in the moonlit desolation of magnificent realism, as close to abstraction as a steel comes to the gravet marks, rising self-possessed, a gorgeous, grotesque instantiation of unconditional loss. I used to man the information desk in the center of the Great Hall of the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Bullseye of that octagon was an immense urn of flowers arranged in silence by florists on multiple ladders each Monday when the museum was closed, reminding us that art is mourning. The week descended on a continuum of scent from bud to rot as the gaping lilies dilated beyond comprehension, the center of the center of the center wrenched open for business by the force of time. By late Sunday, you could stare right into the carpels of those hybrids called Big Brother lilies in garden catalogs, into the past of the future, which is the same as the past of the present, but also contains the very moment of looking, as a mirror does, and a little more, just how much I don't know, but might express the warp of recalling the future in the past by here inscribing, I knew you would. Tuesday mornings, the pollen was so vibrant my dress was sometimes marked by it when I walked past inside the information desk. The anther rocked on the long filament, trembled in communion with the cauldre stirring way upstairs, making me aware of faint currents of air within the apparent stasis. Not long before working there, at an exhibition of Greek gold, I circled a thinly beaten oak leaf wreath with a golden wasp and 2 gold cicadas because my footsteps shook the leaves a little, as in nature, though these were under glass. It was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen, having an impact on an artifact like that, vibrating it, playing it. The gold was extracted by way of a mining technique called hushing, whereby aqueducts of gushing water exposed veins of gold. By sluicing away the overburden, my memory rushes down the artifice thus. On my journey from the cashier's office to the information desk with a pouch of cash, I daily passed Edward Steichen's elemental photograph of the ghost of Balzac, honoring the moonlight before passing the final study of that monument in a faraway gallery, followed by Rodin's earlier study of the author, elsewhere naked, steadied by his own isosceles.